So if you're there, let me know the audio is good. Got my cordless mic, and hopefully there's not too much wind noise. Now this is a live video, so your quality is not going to be like my edited videos, just because I'm dependent on Wi-Fi, and YouTube I think restricts the live videos to a certain resolution. So I know a lot of you are probably doing stuff today, so you'll see that. Hey Tate, good to see you. Are you still on your cruise, or are you back in Savannah? So this, what we are looking at, this is Port Everglades. And Port Everglades, I know 4 years ago it was the third largest cruise ship in the world. Oh, you just got back, so are you still in Tampa, Tate? So we are on the Carrie B, and this is the yep. So Port Everglades, is it the third largest cruise port in the world, right? You know, one of, yeah, okay, yeah. Fort Lauderdale, and then it goes out to the ocean, then it comes back. Oh, you're currently in Orlando. And,
well, I'm back yet again, and to give you all an idea as to where we are in space and time, we're making a right turn to head back north on the Intercoastal Waterway in Port Everglades. Had we kept going south past the cruise ships over there, we would have arrived in Hollywood, Florida in about 45 minutes, Miami in 5 hours, and Key West in 10 hours. Off to your left is going to the west, and in 109 miles, you would find yourselves in Naples, Florida. And if we keep going this direction for 186 more miles, we would find ourselves at the doorsteps of Cinderella's Castle in Disney World. Speaking of Disney, off to your left, you'll also see the new Disney Cruise Line terminal. They now have 2 of their ships home ported right here in Fort Lauderdale. The first one being the Disney Dream, and then the second one being their brand new ship that's in port today, the Disney Destiny. Back to the right side, look off in the distance and you'll see that very tall white hotel with the spikes on top. That is the Piers 66 Hotel, and that is one of the more famous hotels here in Fort Lauderdale. Originally built by the Phillips Petroleum Company,
hey Johnny,
they got their start in the 1960s. So they started drilling petroleum wells. Their first well was bone dry. Their second well was also bone dry. Now we're going to fast forward to the end of that story and pretend I told you all that 65 times. But number 66 in 1966 was their moneymaker. They finally found some petroleum and themed that hotel around that number. At the top, you're going to see there are 66 spikes. The restaurant on top rotates for a view of the city every 6 minutes. And the elevator goes from the bottom to the top and top to bottom in 66 seconds. Does anybody want to guess how old the owner was when he died? His name is Joe Lewis, chartered or for rent. I'll get to the price next to Bill Gates. And she follows around his normal yacht, carrying all the expensive toys that they can't fit on board. Now, if you look in front of us, you'll see that we're about to cross under the 17th Street Causeway Bridge, which is the tallest and longest drawbridge in Fort Lauderdale. Now, this being a drawbridge, it does open to allow very large ships to pass through it. But on occasion, there is that one ship that is too tall to pass under the bridge, that still tries to do so anyway and not open the bridge up beforehand. And the end result can be very embarrassing and expensive. Back on the left, you're going to start to see another very large white yacht named Fountainhead. Now, Fountainhead belongs to a guy named Eddie Lambert, who was a former executive for both the Sears Company and AutoNation. He purchased this yacht back in 2011 for roughly $130 million. Right in front of Fountainhead, you're going to see a slightly smaller but still pretty substantially sized yacht, that navy blue and white one named Amadeus. Now, if you see how large that yacht is, how shiny that yacht is, how well kept that yacht is, believe it or not, that yacht is north of 50 years old. Back to the right side, you're gonna see on the corner
Hey,
over
Juan,
there is a
so you're
mansion
in
that
one
is
of those
tucked away
buildings
behind
there?
all those palm trees. Now, that used to belong to a pretty cool guy.
Next to the swimming hall of
Unfortunately,
fame.
no longer with us, but I'll give you a
Fountainhead.
hint as to who he was. He had a yellow tint to his skin, pointy ears, green blood, and was second in command of the Starship Enterprise. Yep, that was Spock's house. The actor for him, Leonard Nimoy, and that was his vacation home. On the left, you'll see my favorite restaurant in the entire city. That two-story gray building is called the 15th Street Fisheries. It's a great seafood happy hour spot that's very casual on the first level, but the top level a little more formal. The cool thing about them, though, is on the right side, they have a gift shop that sells fish food. And they'll let you go out onto their docks and feed these oversized fish called tarpon that can grow to be about 200 pounds and 7 feet long. Back to the right, you'll see that house on the corner with the purple bushes. That was originally lived in by Merv Griffin. He started the two game shows of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Also built a resort in the Bahamas called Atlantis, I'm sure you've heard of. Right beside his house, you'll see there's a two-story yellow mansion. That belongs to the Compton family who started Alka-Seltzer. Back to the left, you'll see a white block-shaped mansion with some really shiny blue windows. And rumor around town is that belongs to the CEO of Windex. It doesn't, though. It belongs to the founder of Winnebago, the camping company. Back to the right, you'll see a tan-colored mansion with arches and columns. That belongs to Tom Bodette, the founder of Motel 6. He'll the light on for you.
There's the water taxi. We're going to be
And
riding
then
a lot of
there
that
is
and
that
show you how
super
to
modern
use a
White House
taxi to get
beside
around
us
Fort
with the
Lauderdale.
blue boat dock beside it. And I am not going to lie to you all, I have absolutely no clue who lives there. But the house they tore down to build that one was Sonny and Cher's property. Back to the left, you'll see the best view of the Fort Lauderdale skyline you're going to get from right here on board the Caribbean. So if you want to update your Facebook, Snapchat, or Instagram stories, now's the time to do so. I will see you all momentarily.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm putting the cordless mic on my collar, juggling a lot of
Back
things
to
at
your right
once.
side, you'll see that brown house on the corner. That used to belong to Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's Restaurants. Unfortunately, no longer with us, but the new owner of that house is his daughter, Wendy. Also, take note to the back right side of the property, and you'll see a square-shaped guest house, because much like Dave's Patties, he did not cut corners. Beside that house is a large yellow mansion, and that belongs to the Heller family. And they made their money off of venture capitalism and just moved in there a few years ago. Are obsessed with butterflies because not only is their multi-million-dollar family the shape of one, but they also own Butterfly World about 30 minutes north of here. And earlier on the cruise, I mentioned to you all that most of the yachts you'll see here in Fort Lauderdale are not really used by their owners, and they're more commonly for rent. So if you all wanted to rent out a yacht, like, I don't know, over here to the right side, you'll see that massive light gray and white yacht facing toward that yacht can be all yours for 7 nights at a time for just $645,000 per 7 nights. Granted, it's not that bad because you can split that evenly between 12 of your closest friends. But that $645,000 does not include food, alcohol, or the fuel to go from point A to point B to point C in your itinerary. And typically, at the end of your cruise, the crew of that yacht gets a 25% gratuity on your cruise fare. Actually, the tallest diving board in the Western Hemisphere is standing over 90 feet tall. It's part of the Swimming Hall of Fame's renovation project that cost Swimming Hall of Fame does host an array of swim and dive meets every weekend. Just beyond that, you're going to see another line of yachts all docked beside each other, and they are all docked at a place called the Hall of Fame Marina, named appropriately because they're right beside it. At the end closest to us, you'll see a mid-sized black, white, and gray yacht named Patriot from Boston, Massachusetts. Now, some believe this yacht belongs to Tom Brady, but obviously it does not, because if you see their dock fenders, they're not deflated. Now, we're about to get turned around here and head back south on the Hall Like Oysters. That is the place to go, because the cool thing about them is you can handpick the ones you want for their parts all around the world. Back when Wayne Huizenga was alive, he had a private table in the middle of that restaurant where he would eat several days a week during the NFL season. I'll see you all very shortly for the last part of the time. See you soon.
All right, so I figured I'd shut up and let you hear the narration. Let me show you the ship. So there's Bailey right there. This is Stella. She's from Montreal. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're making friends now.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good, Bailey. Say hi, Bailey. Yeah, there's Bailey. She's enjoying. Now, this is a dog-friendly cruise, so even though she's a service animal, she can go on any cruise. But so if you have a dog, this is one of the few dog-friendly cruises. So they do welcome dogs on this cruise. So let me show you a little bit of the ship, and then I'll explain a little bit about the new river in downtown Fort Lauderdale here. So of course this is the upper deck. Now this is not a dinner cruise. There is a dinner cruise called the Jungle Queen. Let me show you the paddle wheel here. So it's a paddle wheel cruiser. Show you the bottom deck. So it's not a dinner cruise, but they do have a snack bar here, which I'm walking right by. I'll show you on the way back. But of course most people are outside, being a gorgeous day, about 73, 74 degrees. And now we're going to enter into the new river, so hang on with me, because that's probably the best part of this cruise. There's a lot to see along the river walk. And then here's your snack bar.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are you barefoot?
What's that?
Are you barefoot?
Oh, no. Oh, that's okay. So this is the Carrie B, again, not to be confused with Cardi B. Cardi B is not on here, but it's Carrie B, more family friendly. Now, like I said, it's not a dinner ship. There is a dinner ship called the Jungle Queen, but I believe on the Jungle Queen you can't really move around like you can here. So if you want a good sightseeing cruise and want to be able to move around the ship, I'd recommend the Carrie B. Now, if you're looking for a dinner ship, then possibly the Jungle Queen. They have a barbecue cruise on that cruise. So we're entering the new river, and despite its name, it's not actually a river. The new river is actually a estuary. It's an estuary system where several canals feed into it. And the reason why they called it New River is years ago when they were mapping out.
Back to your left side, you'll see just beyond those yachts is a yellow block-shaped building. That is a local firehouse in town, and it stands where an inlet used to be that fed to the ocean. That got landlocked and closed off back in 1928 when Port Everglades was stretched out. But when that was a functioning inlet, that is where a bunch of rum runners brought illegal alcohol into the city during the Prohibition era. So to come through at night with their boats and stop kind of where we are right now, have other boats come alongside and distribute accordingly. Over to your right is an old rum runner's property. You'll see that large banyan tree right there with a house on either side. And at one time, those two houses had an underground tunnel where they kept all the alcohol. So now you know. And as you all can see, we have now turned back on the river. And the New River is not new at all. It's pretty old and been here since they had the Seminoles in the area. So when the Seminoles were down here, they would normally go from north to south to get to their hunting grounds. And the river had not formed yet. But then there was a night of seismic activity and earthquakes, and it appeared the next morning. They called it the Himmersheet, and that translates to mean the word new. And this river stayed very clear, if not crystal clear, until Governor Broward in Florida, and he wanted to dredge a canal from the east coast to the west coast of Florida. So he started dredging, and then he got to the Everglades, and the water turned this color. It's not because of pollution, but it's because of all the organic matter that flows from the Everglades to here. And that brings me to the next point. People often ask if Fort Lauderdale has alligators and crocodiles. And the answer to that is kind of. So alligators, we don't really have too many of those around here because they like fresh water. So they stay more out west towards the Everglades. Fort Lauderdale is primarily salt and brackish water because of the intercoastal waterway and the beach. But crocodiles, the larger and more ferocious of the two. Well, we do have the occasional sighting down here because they do like fresh salt and brackish water. So earlier on the cruise, I showed you all the Triangle area, our local sandbar in town. Now imagine you're out there having a sandbar day with some friends, and a 20-foot crocodile just shows up. That has happened before. In fact, a few weeks ago, we had a guy get attacked by a crocodile, and it bit off his entire left side. But don't worry, guys, he was all right. Okay, I'll see myself out. Anywho, as you all may know, Fort Lauderdale is a pretty big vacation spot these days, and as you may know, when it started off, it was a pretty hard sell to get anybody down here. It was hot, it was muggy, it was borderline swampland, there were a lot of mosquitoes, and no air conditioning. To get down here, you either had to walk, take a very slow car, or take Henry Flagler's railroad, which was expensive and slow before you had Amtrak or Brightline. And believe it or not, a lot of these plots of land that we cruised past today were given away for $1, if not less. So if you had over 100 years to wait for the return on your investment, well, it turned out just fine. So this concludes today's narration on board the Carrie B. I hope you all had a great time cruising because I truly enjoyed narrating to you. In the meantime, we're going to get you back to the dock in about 15 minutes, so please enjoy the rest of your cruise. And if you all had a great time today, we do kindly ask you'll follow us on Facebook or leave us a review. Thank you all for your time. Hope to see you soon.
All right, I'll take you back to the front. I've just got to clip the mic back onto my. Yeah, are you able to hold this again? just like that. There we go. All right, so I'm putting the mic on, and then I'll explain to you about the new river, which you didn't say. But the reason why it's called New River, because when they were mapping this river many years ago, due to erosion and things, the mouth to the ocean kept on changing. So like each time they would do a surveying, it changed. So it was always a new river. So that's how it got the name New River. But again, it's not really a river. It's an estuary tribute, an estuary, part of an estuary system where the canals flow into. And Fort Lauderdale actually is the second largest city in the U.S. as far as the most canals. It has, I think, 165 miles of canals. Now, Cape Coral, our great supporters there, Lori and Mark, who are in Cape Coral. Cape Coral is the largest city in the country with the most miles of canals. Now Now, when you combine though the Intracoastal Waterway and all the waterways, there's over 300 miles of waterways in Fort Lauderdale. So it's pretty impressive. So we're entering into the Riverwalk area, which is it's going to start to get close to Los Olas Boulevard, and that's where a lot of your nightlife, your restaurants, all your downtown entertainment is at. So this is my friend Stella. And what's your YouTube channel?
Inspirations by Stella.
Yeah, Inspirations by Stella. And she does a lot of inspirational stuff for just basically...
Midlife women reinventing themselves.
Yeah. Especially for women reinventing themselves. But just general good mental knowledge and health of the mind. So she's from Montreal.
Art videos too.
Yeah. So explain how you live in Montreal, right?
I live in Montreal, that's right. And I reinvented my own life after 60. And I want to share the same joy that I'm living too. You know what? It's not always easy, but it's doable. And I'm doing a whole new series on art and affirmations. And I'm going to show you how nice it can be to just find a creative outlet for your life.
So what's life in Montreal this time of year like?
You need a gasoline-powered turtleneck sweater. For those of you who know who Steve Martin is, yeah, it's very cold, very slippery, and very dark. So I came here to find the sunshine and the beautiful beaches of Fort Lauderdale. And I'm so lucky to be here today on the Caribbean cruise with Randy from Tampa Aerial Media. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And the bonus, little Bailey.
Yeah. So Bailey, how do you like the cruise? You see any other dogs? Yeah. Yeah. So she's rented a condo at Lauderdale by the Sea for a couple of months, and which is a great idea to escape the cold Canadian winters. So let me get over to the front here so we can show you.
Bailey says she wants a hot dog.
Oh yeah. Maybe we can get some food afterwards. All right. Cool. All right. Now, like I said, this might be the best part of the cruise here because you really get to see the Riverwalk. So this video, of all the videos I've done in Fort Lauderdale, I never really have been on the river. I've done drone shots of the river and all kinds of shots of the river, but not really on the river from a boat. So this video is going to show you, the edited video is going to show you a real perspective from the waterways. And we're going to do a lot on the water taxi, which you see one coming right now. And I'm sorry if some of you are commenting. Right now, the sun's in my face, so I can't really see the comments. Now, the water taxi, there's actually three. There's one here in Fort Lauderdale, which is the main one, and they have, I don't know, I want to say like over 20 stops. And then they have a smaller one. They have a smaller one in Pompano Beach, and then they have another one, I think, south of here, maybe Hillsborough Inlet area. So you're probably gonna hear that horn honk quite a few times because you get a lot of boaters here who don't really obey the rules and they're on the wrong side of the water, and so the Captain Dave here has to blow that horn to get them out of his way. There's a park area that I noticed on the way out here that I'm going to try to go over there and find out what park that is. But it looks like a great park to sit along the Riverwalk and watch the boats. Okay, so we're going to be looking in the sun for a little bit as it kind of turns, but then the river will wind around back the other way.
This is the Hogwarts house? It's the Hogwarts house, yeah.
So let me show you the back of the boat again. Until the boat winds around and we're not in the sun there. Fort Lauderdale has just got a beautiful river walk. Lots of trees, lots of palm trees. Trying to stay away from the music. Copyrighted music. All right, we're turning back to the right here, so hopefully we're not as much in the sun. All right, now I can pay attention a little bit more to the comments. So if y'all have anything you want to see, I'll be filming here for 3 to 4 days, depending on the weather. If I can get enough sunshine. Today is great. Sunday's gonna be a little iffy. But you can see how people are dressed. We're in the mid-70s here. See a little bit of the Fort Lauderdale skyline coming to view here. You definitely got to get out on the water if you're coming to Fort Lauderdale. I mean, the beach is great. You got to do all that too, but at some point you got to get out on the water. So.
Where the Crocs are at, Anisha's worried about the Crocs.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think these comments are a little old there. Johnny, yeah, it is windy, although now the wind's died down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our home dock. As you depart, please use handrails as you proceed down the stairs. Please watch your step. Also, use handrails on the boarding ramp and beware that due to tidal circumstances, the ramp may be steep at some times. Please watch your step.
We hope you have enjoyed your cruise around the Venice of America. We are so happy you came for a cruise with us today. We hope, if you get the chance, you will join us again soon. From your entire Carrie D crew, we wish you a wonderful day, and thank you for cruising with us.
The left one you can tell. You got both over. Design style line. It's hard to impose there.
I mean, the problem is, I was frustrated when it turned
North, yeah. Is that yellow? This is the house you want though, because every other house is driving up your property value.
Yeah.
No, it's not even on renovation.
Hey, we're not redoing the kitchen anymore.
We're about to make 1,000% profit.
Nobody falls in. Thank you. All right, kids, you have to get off the bow. We're going to be docking, unfortunately. Thank you. Oh, they had a good time. Hey, you guys see the hi, Randy? Is that Leslie? Good to see you. So I see this video so far has been 40 minutes. There's a couple of areas I'm going to cut out there, so I'll make it a little bit shorter. Probably cut it down to 30 minutes, but it takes a while for all that to process. All the times where my gimbal went a little wild. So this video will be archived. This right here, I believe this is the Boathouse restaurant. Right there on the Riverwalk, the Boathouse. So that's not far from the dock. It's like 2/10 of a mile from where the ship docks. And this area here is one of the main stops, I think F1 for the Fort Lauderdale water taxi. Right there.
Imagine you're saying your vows and got to choose
So
in the middle of
I'll give you all the information in the fully edited video about using the
Bride,
water
second
taxi.
guess is whether or not she wants to marry him.
Yeah. Was that a yes?
But yeah, being Valentine's Day, it's there's a lot of people here, which is good. It's lively. And we are coming into the dock here. So anyways, thank you all. And I'll try to do a live video tomorrow. Not sure if I'm going to do the water taxi tomorrow or Monday or maybe both. So I got to come up with a plan of attack. But somewhere I should be able to do a live video from somewhere tomorrow. So anyways, hope you all are staying warm. If you all are up north, come on down to Florida. And Fort Lauderdale is one of the great places to come down and hang out. So, see you later. Blessings to you.